Hi, so our project extend the communication avoiding in-body algorithms from the in-body class, which is the homework 2, the problem in homework 2. Basically, we are trying to reduce the network bandwidth and latency by replicating the particles amongst different groups of processors. For example, this is a quick review of, this is one way of how you can calculate in-body. Basically, you divide the particles into, let's say you have 8 processors, you divide the particles into 8 equal portions, and then you replicate it into another array. And then in the first round, you compute the interactions between the particles in your own area, right? And then you shift it by one, and shift it by one, and calculate. So doing it 8 rounds, you will get all the interactions between all particles. And in the communication one, we try to group the processors into teams. In this example, we group it in 4 teams of 2. And by putting the replication in this stuff, we can do it by, we can calculate all the interactions by just 2 shifts. And yeah, and if we increase the number of C, we can reduce the number of shifts and a lot of things. And by doing it this way, we can prove that it reduced the latency by a factor of C squared and the bandwidth by a factor of C. But of course, it doesn't always benefit because sometimes it doesn't, the computation dominated the communication, and avoiding communication doesn't help much. So it's depends on the number of particles and the number of processors you use. And in our experiment, the best results can got a speed up to 2.45x, and it scales pretty well. So if you're interested, come see our poster.